My name is Erin Miller, and I'm here representing Jesse Brown VA. If you have Jesse Brown questions, you can reach your primary care provider at 888-569-JBVA. You can also reach your mental health appointments at 312-569-7225. Today we're here to talk about whole health at Jesse Brown VA. Today I have Ronald.
That's correct.
Ronald, would you like to introduce yourself to us?
Yes, thank you. My name is Ronald Griffin. I'm an Army vet of almost 9 years during the Vietnam era.
Okay. Ronald, what part of whole health have you been participating in?
Specifically, the mindfulness activities. With that in mind, it actually is so illuminating that it makes you realize that you have more available to them than one may first suspect. This whole activity of mindfulness has been an empowering activity for me. So I recognize it's my responsibility to do what's necessary to stay healthy and feel better. Currently, I'm need a hip replacement, and I've been suffering a little pain as a result of it. But due to that, the activities of mindfulness, it teaches me to accept the pain, not be judgmental about it, and knowing that this too shall pass.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So, for those who are not aware, Jesse Brown is doing a whole health approach. So our whole health is an approach to healthcare that empowers and enables veterans to take charge of their life. And we're trying to offer more whole health classes. It is fueled by the power of knowing oneself and what really works for them in their own lives.
I agree, yeah.
So to go back to kind of what classes you've been taking, you were taking the Intro to Whole Health.
Yes.
How did you get involved in that class?
I was actually introduced to one of the people at Jesse Brown named Michelle Samples, and I was in another self-help group, and she advertised the fact that those who wish to participate, and this group was going to start up, and I think when I was in the original first group that started.
Okay.
The best
and how long ago was that? 5 months?
Yeah, about that time ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and what's surprising to me is that the power of the group. The other people in the group often can fill in with answers, and they see me from a different perspective than I see myself. Along with the facilitator, which keeps everything on track.
Okay. If you have questions for Ronald, you can call in at 312-738-1060. Ronald, one thing you talked about earlier today is you said that this whole health class you've been taking helped you with clarity, helped you with therapy and understanding maybe more of how to de-stress. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I believe that every moment is a mindful opportunity, an opportunity to be mindful. I do work on arts and crafts. I do leather work. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I don't beat myself up like I used to about it though. But what was happening is during the course of doing some leather stitching, I would make mistakes, and then I would go back and I would correct it. And generally, when I had to correct the mistake, it was I didn't find it stressful. And there's one particular time, because of my state of mind, though, I made a series of mistakes, and I became very stressed about doing something which I got a lot of enjoyment in doing. Okay. And then I realized why I was making all these mistakes, because I was being unmindful. I wasn't in the moment and practicing mindfulness. And then I realized the therapeutic value of what I was doing, as opposed to just doing a hobby. I look forward to it as an opportunity to practice mindfulness moment by moment.
And I think that's what the VA's discovered. The VA's discovered that there's this other way of treating veterans besides just the medical model, just by taking prescriptions. Mm-hmm. You've got acupuncture, you've got Tai Chi, you have yoga now being offered at Jesse Brown, you have healthy eating, nutrition. There's a variety of whole health programs, and we're just trying to add more and more as we go. And you taking this whole health intro class is just the introduction, and the arts, the creative arts programs that you're doing, we could get you involved in so many more programs to add to that clarity, you know. If you could give us an example of maybe one thing that's maybe changed your life since you started working with Michelle Samples in Whole Health, what would that be?
A great awareness of my state of mind from moment to moment. It's infused in so many different areas of my life that I'm probably not even aware of all of them there. One of the things that has happened now, because I need a hip replacement, I'm in a considerable amount of pain from time to time. And as the pain will be very intense, but recognizing without being judgmental about the pain, I accept it and then try to just let it go, and it does go away. Rather than, it's giving me a more positive outlook on life.
Okay.
You know, practice mindfulness. So.
Again, I want us to show the whole health model again. The whole health model puts that patient in the middle of everything. So you're not looking at the doctor now. You're not taking direction specifically from them, but you're actually you're calling the shots. You're looking at all these different dynamics and what can best serve you. So do you think you were talking about yoga, you were thinking you might try some yoga down the road?
I'd love to. Actually, there's just only the logistic problem is getting to Jesse Brown for the moment. But one of the things I've been very thankful for is all the great activities that are available to it, the variety of activities that are available, whether one wants to practice yoga or someone mentioned horseback riding, the other things that are available, you know, the Tai Chi and so forth. So there's a whole array available for a lot of us.
Absolutely. And one more question I do have for you for the veterans out there. What would you tell the veterans how to get involved if they do want to do these programs, if they do want to do whole health, to improve their overall health, to work on mindfulness, to kind of either do nutrition, Tai Chi, yoga, acupuncture? What do they have to do to get involved?
Well, I just pick up the phone basically, I believe, and just call because there's people that are willing to direct you to where you need to go.
Again, that number though, to get a hold of us, you can call the 312-569-8387 to reach us. If you have any questions for Ronald, he'll probably be here for another minute to ask. You can call in at 312-738-1060. And Ronald, what is one life-changing thing that you feel like whole health could do for your life and your health?
It's actually it's impacting me in a manner. It's kind of almost like, for me, like riding a bike. Once you learn what it is, how to stay on the bike, now I'm able to realize when I'm out of a mindful state of mind, and this is added to my peace. My doctors tell me that I have the blood pressure of somebody that's 30 years younger. I have the heartbeat of somebody that's 30 years younger. And you know,
And you think that's impacted by whole health?
Yeah, I'm very sure because you know, it just spills over in so many areas of my life, and I'm just glad to be part of it.
That's wonderful. And if you have any advice for anyone out there, what would you tell them?
Call and see what is
Call
offered.
and get involved.
Yeah.
All right, I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with us. I would like to let everyone out there know there is a Veterans Crisis Line, and I want everyone to be aware of that Veterans Crisis Line. If you have a veteran that is in crisis, you can call the 1-800-273-8255. Again, that number is 1-800-273-8255.
Thank you.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you
very much. Appreciate it.
If you have any questions regarding whole health, please call in at 312-738-1060 regarding Jesse Brown VA. I'd also like to show again that whole health model. And today we are going to now target in on recreation therapy and how that can play a part. All right. Hello. And right now I have Eileen. Eileen, welcome.
Thank you.
Eileen, Eileen, can you move a little towards me just a little bit? Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Eileen is a veteran and she is a participant at the recreation therapy at Jesse Brown VA and the Wellness Center. And we've invited her here to kind of share her experience with recreation therapy as well as participating in whole health programs. So Eileen, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, in 2016, I had knee replacement surgery, and that was followed by a great many complications. My primary over at Jesse Brown, Karen Davis, she recommended that I go through recreation therapy, and Jane Joyce explained what programs were available. One of the ones that really sprang to my interest was the equine therapy program. This is a program that's run out in Harvard, Illinois, and it's run by the Braveheart Stables. They conduct a veterans clinic offering lessons free of charge to all veterans who have gone through the VA and gotten all the legal paperwork done, and it enables you to go to the stables and get lessons with other veterans, and these horses are therapy horses. They're highly trained. It's a real experience working with the horses.
So I'm gonna ask you. So you said a little while back, you did tell us you've been participating at the VA for how long? How long have you been part of Jesse Brown?
I've been going to my primary since 1995.
And when did you find out about recreation therapy in the Wellness Center?
Not until 3 years ago. That was it, and it's the hidden gem. It's really the one of the best things about Jesse Brown VA, and I didn't know it was there. And I cannot say anything but good things about our experience at the stables through being directed into the program.
So for those that don't know, the Wellness Center and Recreation Therapy work really side by side with the whole health coordinator and whole health program to bring Tai Chi, yoga, horseback riding, mindfulness-based meditation, Reiki. There's so much more. We really encourage everybody to dive in and check out Rec Therapy and the Wellness Center out. If you have questions for Miss Eileen, please call us at 312-738-1060 on how to get involved in horseback riding, one of the many things that we do.
Oh, yeah, and a good thing about the Braveheart Stables is that you can bring one family member, and they can go through the program with you as long as they have all their paperwork done, and that's a simple thing to accomplish. And they can benefit from it. It's really, the horses are beautiful. They teach us basics of horsemanship, where you learn how to control the horse through these invisible signals, invisible to you, but the horse knows what you want, and it's an amazing feeling when you're able to. He reacts to what you're doing.
Right.
The smartest person there is the horse.
I believe that. I do believe that. And animals are therapeutic in themselves. I mean, just being out in the country, just being out in that environment.
Oh, it's beautiful out there. You're in McHenry County, rolling hills. It is so quiet. My sister usually comes with me for these lessons, and after the lessons, sometimes we just go down to the corral and sit and listen to everything, and the horses may or may not come over to you, but it's an idyllic situation. This coming Tuesday, we're going on our yearly trail ride in Barrington Woods. There will be groups from Jesse Brown. Jesse Brown group is going to leave at 10 o'clock, and there'll be about 20 horses.
There will, and that trip is filled. I believe
Yeah,
that
it
trip
is
did get
filled. It is filled.
But how do veterans out there, how do they get involved in the next horseback riding program? And
Okay, first you have to get legal. So you talk to your primary and tell her that you want to get involved in the equine therapy program, and she'll get this bundle together that needs to be that will assess your ability to be able to ride and be exposed to the horses, and then you take you go out there to the stable and you file your papers, and that's it.
So you can contact your primary care provider to get involved.
Yes.
Once you contact your primary care provider, you would ask for a recreation therapy consult. And at that point, a rec therapist would probably reach out to you by phone to schedule a time to meet with you. You met with Jane, I believe, one of the rec
Yes,
therapists.
my sister and I went down to recreation therapy, and we spoke with Jane Joyce, and she talked to us about all the programs that were available at the time. We wanted to focus on the equine therapy, and it's been a marvelous experience. I highly recommend it. Anybody who has ever had any experience riding will know what is out there. And if you haven't had any experience, the volunteers will just walk you through everything. I have limitations being able to mount. They have a mounting platform and all the help that you need to get on that horse. And they'll make sure they have people who walk around the circuit of the arena with you. You always have to be wearing a helmet when you're exposed to the horses.
Absolutely.
After the sessions, which last about an hour, if there's time, they'll invite you back into the barn, and you can help groom the horse and hose him down and squeegee him down. And
So if you have questions regarding horseback riding, equine therapy, or any of the other recreation therapy programs, please call in at 312-738-1060. But while I was listening to you, one thing I really want to state to people is when you think horseback riding, you think you have to be in good health. Perfect health. You have to have a good back. You have to have able-bodied, all that stuff. You don't, though, do you?
No, you don't. No, you don't. Some of the people are unable to ambulate at all. They're in scooters, and they still are able to get on the horse. And what they teach us is that the slightest move that you make is going to be reflected in the horse, to the horse. For example, you have to keep your face riveted on your destination. You don't look down at the horse, because it changes everything inside your body, and the horse can feel it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
How did this change? You started 5 months ago. How did this change?
Oh, even longer than that.
Even longer. How long ago? Okay.
At the beginning of 2017.
Oh, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
How would you say this impacted your life?
I think that it would be fair to say that it has increased my awareness of the importance of respect and gentleness between all the creatures on Earth, people and horses. It's amazing to watch the interaction between the volunteers, the other vets, and the way they react to the horses and the horses reacting to them. It's you've developed an ability to communicate. You understand how to approach the horse and be able to let him know that you appreciate him. It's a wonderful feeling. When we get on the horses in a situation, one time at the middle of our practice in the enclosed arena, the trainer said, let's go out in the pasture, and and he opened the gate, and we just went out in the pasture, and that was a completely different experience, and we were all off. There was nobody walking by our sides. It was an amazing experience, and then we returned to the arena, but it was I felt accomplished, and
Wonderful.
It was a wonderful feeling. Using those feelings, the way the man who's in charge of horsemanship there is named Seth, and he has a group of about 8 Mustangs, and they're all in different levels of being gentled. And his approach to gentling them is the essence of gentleness. I mean, he makes he's more than a horse whisperer.
Right.
I mean, he is the essence of patience and respect, and they respond to him. But it takes a long time, and this is what he tries to teach us, how to approach without going too far.
Right.
And that's the essence of respect. And I think it has been nothing but a beneficial experience. And my sister coming with me to these sessions, it's benefited her as well, and it's improved our relationship as well and strengthened it. And I couldn't be more grateful to be able to be exposed to this type of program. I heartily encourage anybody, give it a try. Come out and just watch a session, and you'll get hooked. I guarantee it.
Thank you. And whole health is really focused, whole health and recreation therapy is really focused on putting the person first. Putting the person first, putting you and your interest above your illness, above your injuries, and making sure that you're still fulfilling your life dreams and doing all the things that you've wanted to do before. Some other programs besides equine therapy that we've talked about that we would like people to get involved in and that is available to veterans is we have yoga, we have Tai Chi, we have nutrition classes, we have mindfulness-based meditation, we have archery programs, scuba diving, adaptive scuba diving for veterans. We have fitness sessions, we have chair aerobics, water aerobics. I'm naming off a few. Again, if you have questions, please dial in and call us at 312-738-1060. But if you were to look back when you started equine therapy and you started this with your sister, would you say that caused your relationship to grow stronger?
Absolutely, absolutely. It has turned into a very special time, a very private time for the two of us to go out there, and we benefit from it. After the session, sometimes, as I say, we just go out and hang around the corral, or we just sit in the lawn chairs and they just drink in the atmosphere. It's beautiful, and there's all these little towns sprinkled around, and we find some place to have lunch, and make a day of it.
Absolutely,
it's wonderful.
Absolutely, and once you've accomplished the 6 recreation therapy trips, then we really encourage and show people how to get there on their own, take the trains, everything. Do you feel like this equine therapy has impacted your life in other areas at all? Besides just between you and your sister's relationship? Has it strengthened your hips? Has it?
Physically, it has helped me considerably because it has improved my confidence. I had so many complications from surgery that it made me very timorous about approaching anything, but getting on the horse, once I got on the horse with the help of all the volunteers and the trainer, and then they got me off the horse. They never put you into a situation where you're going to be in danger at all, and they never push you further than you could
Absolutely.
go.
And again, what was that process to get veterans involved? If they want to start doing the equine therapy through Jesse Brown Recreation Therapy, what do they need?
Okay, they need to get an appointment with their primary, and the primary will call Recreation Therapy, give them a consult, and then you can go over there to the consult, and they will have the paperwork that needs to be completed. Your primary will have to give her assessment of your general state of health, that you're able to deal with riding. The way they put it for me, that she can be astride a horse. And I said, I can be astride a horse. But it's a lot more than that. And especially with the free time that they have before and after, where you really see how a stable works. Something else that cannot be ignored is the camaraderie of the veterans who are there. Not only the people who are going through the lessons, but the people who, a lot of the people who go through the program become volunteers, and then they receive additional training and they become trainers.
That's exactly right, and that's happened with a lot of our recreation therapy programs. Is the goal is to ultimately get you involved in that program, and then to get you volunteering and working with those organizations and really thriving. So I appreciate you coming on and seeing us very
My
much
pleasure.
and talking to
My
us about your
pleasure.
experience. It does look like we are wrapped up. Please stay tuned. It looks like Fathers Who Care will be next in 5 minutes. And again, I appreciate everybody tuning in to Veterans Issues. Thank you.